Hey there everyone, Mazarok here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the new Encrypted Affix. I've done about 10 or 12 keys with the new affixes on Pally, Brewmaster, and BDK, so I've gotten a slight feel for it. I'm still not 100% comfortable with everything, but I want to talk about how it changes things through a tank's perspective. So, when talking about Encrypted, what the new seasonal affix is you get 3 relics that pop up on certain packs and on every single boss. You have the Woe relic, the Vi relic, and the relic. The Woe relic will give you a 150% speed boost and a 10 seconds of stealth. The relic will give you 200% CDR, which over the course of a dungeon equals a lot of extra cooldowns for you and your party. And then the Vi relic will pop up and give you a 15% haste buff for about, I think it's 45 seconds. Dealing with these mobs, the Woe relic is very, very easy, just has something to kick. The relic has a tank mechanic, a tank buster, and a ground slam, which is something you gotta watch out for, but is fairly easy to tank. The Vi relic will pop an archer mob that will just teleport randomly about and is not always the most fun thing to deal with as a tank, and especially with melee DPS. I find this it's really not favorable to melee DPS because they have to break apart from the pack, or you have to bring the pack to the Vi relic to maximize DPS. Personally, I think the easiest one to deal with is the relic, and pretty much everybody will gain something from it. Right off the bat, that's kind of how they work and things like that. Now, how do they feel the tank? Because as of right now, with this new seasonal affix, one thing has occurred that is a little bit different than previous seasons in Shadowlands. So in Season 1, we had Prideful. Hey, tank this mob at every 20%. Cool, easy, you time it, you solo it, you solo that one guy, you get your buff, you move on. Torments last season. Hey, here's 4 lieutenants. You know where they are. You can tank them solo. You can put them in with a pack. Do whatever you need to do. But, you know, that's fairly easy. This is an active affix, which is, again, different from what we've been seeing because it shows up in mobs, on bosses, and on everything else, and you actively have to deal with it while on top of dealing with all of your other things. And this week is bolstering. So as a tank, you've already got quite a bit of stuff, and a lot of people will put the explosives on the tank whenever possible. I don't think bolstering is a good week for explosives and having tanks deal with it, but that's just me. I try and get them whenever I can, of course, but there are definitely classes and specs better suited to doing it. And a prop pally within the defensive run that I have now, not the easiest thing to work with. But as a Brewmaster, I found was very easy, much easier dealing with explosives, and as well as on my BDK, I found, because you're heart striking anyway, you're not losing anything. You just make sure you're targeting an explosive when you heart strike, and there it's easy and done. But now we have to deal with this active affix as it's going on and moving around, which is why I like the one a little bit better, especially while we're learning. Because the mob pops up, you have to have a taunt ready. You taunt it, nobody loses DPS, it's already in the pack. You keep DPSing it down, and life is pretty good. Even with the boss, we were doing a DOS. I did a 16 DOS last night, and on Muzala, having to deal with the Vi relic that's bouncing around, trying to keep aggro on it while staying within melee range of Muzala proved to be a little bit more challenging than I would have cared to admit, really. But it's the new season, we're getting used to it and how it works and things like that. But also the DPS have to mow down that the relic ad when it pops up. Especially the Vi relic. Like, melee DPS have to peel off from the pack and kill it. The ground base ability that it does hurts badly if you are in it, so that's something you don't want to do, is be in that ground based ability at all. But having to work around the tankiness of it and things like that is going to be a new adjustment. So that's what you're going to have to learn, and that's what you're going to expect coming into this new affix, is you're going to have to relearn how to tank certain packs. where sometimes you may have done one thing one way, you're going to have to figure out a different way to do it that allows you to maintain threat on the entire pack, as well as whichever relic was chosen by your DPS and party, because you as a tank can't deal with it by yourself unless you're a brewmaster, because then all you need to do is hit touch of death on whichever one you want and piss off your party. But that is here nor there. So as you look on the screen here we got these relics with the boss. And I think they're actually going to get the Vi relic on this one. Yeah, they did choose the Vi relic on this one. So this one here was really difficult for me to tank with the ground-based stuff, and it's moving around because it doesn't care about anything on the ground. It really doesn't. So melee DPS have to watch out for this, where personally I think for Ingra, I think the relic would be a little bit better, because you can pop 30 second to 45 second cooldowns, even a minute, and on high keys, especially tyrannical high keys, you will absolutely have them ready for when Ingra pops up, because they just drop like crazy and you're completely fine, versus having 2-minute cooldowns and stuff like that you probably won't have. But that's kind of the difficulty and the chore that I'm learning as a tank and getting used to with this new seasonal affix and how it works. Now, don't get me wrong, level 15, we're still pretty under-geared for how things are supposed to work right now. So we're going in there, and this... I can swear there was absolute boss tuning all around. Because, for example, the Mana Storms and Hakar definitely feel like they got their HP buffed, and the Mana Storms definitely hit harder than they did in the 2021 Tyrannicals that I was doing at the end of last season. But again, this could be a gear issue. There's a lot of things that this could be and how this could work around. But that's kind of the general feel that I'm getting for it right now. I personally think it is a very fun affix to work with. A lot of player choice, a lot of player agency. Especially in the DOS that we did, you get the Woe Relic right before going into Ardenweald. You have a 150% speed boost. You can literally just run through that hallway, don't get hit by nothing, and then you're just right back into the next mob, saving you 30 to 45 seconds of just sheer travel time for no reason whatsoever. So that's really, really nice. So there's going to be some new routes coming up and things like that. We're going to see how kind of people react to them and things like that. I honestly think the relic is definitely a sleeper on how things work, and I think it's going to be the go-to scenario for most, because 15% haste is nice, but in all honesty, it's 15% haste for 45 seconds versus the CDR. Like, I got Divine Toll down to a 9-second cooldown once. On average, I think it goes to like 13, 14 seconds with the CDR, which is super nice to have all around. I cannot complain. More Divine Tolls, more damage. Kyrian Warriors, like, they're gonna love it because, getting extra Spear Bastions. Who doesn't want extra Spear Bastions? Covenant abilities that are on low cooldowns are really, really gonna like that CDR. I think with the Convoke being 1 minute now, if you're running with any Night Fae Boomies or anything like that, that's going to drop down to 20, 25 seconds, which who doesn't, or 20, 25 seconds, probably 30 seconds, I don't know. I haven't done the math on it. Someone's going to do the math on it. But I think this is a really interesting affix, and I think it's just a little bit of player knowledge that has to be built up around it, because like I said earlier, the last 2 seasons have been, here, deal with this one thing, and you can choose to deal with it alone, or you can choose to deal with it with a mob if you decide to pull stuff into it. Versus now is, you have to deal with this, including the mob. So it's going to change the way that you tank, how you tank things, and how you tank certain mobs, and how you prioritize certain cooldowns. Because you want to get out of the tank busters, you want to move things when you have to, but you also have to worry about where mobs are facing. For example, the Deadly Thrust and Halls of Atonement. If you have to move out of the way of the Relic's ground smash, that's something that your party, especially your melee, need to know, because you're gonna have to position them one way so you can move another and still, live and pot and not kill them while you're trying to just tank this new mob that's coming up. All in all, in short, I think it's a really fun affix. I think we're in for a really fun 9.2 with it. There's definitely some learning curves to go with it. I haven't tried Tazavesh yet. I'm kind of waiting for, thinking maybe Saturday I'm going to get in there. But unfortunately, I just tested positive for COVID today. It was in our household. It started with my youngest, then my wife got it. And today, my oldest and myself finally tested positive, which I've been feeling like absolute garbage lately. So I have not been, I've been wanting to stream more this week, but I just haven't been able to do it because I've been living off Tylenol and just kind of napping whenever I can because I'm feeling like crap. But I am feeling good. I'm feeling pretty positive. You know, it's just something we knew it was going to be a matter of when and not if. So that's kind of going on there. As for Bloodstorm, I am still recruiting for the guild. If you are looking for a fun, positive environment to come and be in a guild with, if you want to prog any sort of keys, any sort of raid, I'm looking on building all ranks and kind of having a fun, positive community like I've had with the Mazarok community Discord, which I am going to be combining both the guild and that Discord. So if you guys want to be part of that, that's still some work that I have to do, some plans that I got to work with, and I got to talk to some people to figure out how they did their Discord so I know what to do. But that is definitely a thing that is going to occur very, very shortly with those sorts of changes. If you do like streams, come on by, check mine out when I'm on. I'm sorry I haven't been on as much lately. Whole family has COVID. I have COVID. Yeah, it's been an absolute blast to kind of deal with. So that unfortunately just is what it is. Join the Discord down below, even if you just want to be part of a fun community, DPS, tank, healer, whatever. If you have questions or if you're just looking for insights on things, come on by, check that out. But from a tank perspective, I honestly think 9.2 is going to be really, really fun with the new affix. It's going to give us a little bit more to do, so I'm really hoping some of the affixes aren't too burdensome on the tanks, which they've already said that they're breaking up. They're breaking up Sanguine Necrotic, which I'm super happy because that was just crazy annoying, and I absolutely hated dealing with that. And don't laugh at me here, I didn't actually notice that the Pool of Radiance went off on this mob, and he ended up healing, staying around 64% for a little while. I was a little bit space-brained when I was running this key, but is what it is. Things happen, we all deal with it. I did not notice the Pool of Radiance cast, and I thought it was one of the Night Phase ground abilities, and I noticed it a little bit too late. But that's it. That is what it is. What are your thoughts on Encrypted? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'd be happy to hear from you guys. Are you excited for 9.2 as much as I am? Are you kind of feeling this is a little lackluster? Or you think this is going to be a fun season of keys? Come on by. Let me know. Give me your opinions. Do you have any tips or hints for how to deal with any things that I haven't thought of yet or haven't come across of as well? I would love to hear from you guys. Aside from that, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for watching. And I hope you guys are enjoying 9.2 as much as I am.